they wouldn't screw us, basically, right? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, they wouldn't screw us over. Like,
is Prime Inc. ruining truck drivers' careers, you guys? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna get right into it. Hit that like button, subscribe. We got a comment right here we're finna read. I'm gonna let Alicia go ahead and read this comment off, and we're gonna dig into this topic because this is very, very complex topic. A lot of, I guess it's 50-50 from what I'm saying online, and I feel like we should weigh in on this because we worked there. You know what I'm saying? We used to work there, and we got some experience with them. So I don't want to put the wrong name on Prime. I don't want people putting, you know, the wrong ideas out there. So we're gonna get right into this. You want to read that comment?
Yeah. The comment says, I don't know, man. I've been seeing a lot of people saying Prime messed up their trucking career. Like you said, I feel like it's 50-50 though. Because I also hear a lot of people talk good about their trucking career with Prime.
Now, I'm gonna state it like this from the beginning. Okay, a little bit of a backstory for the new people. A lot of people know that we already been to Prime and stuff like that. So we went to Prime about a year ago. Was it a year ago?
No.
It was about 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Yeah. And well, we left a year ago. We started there 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because we were there for a year.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we went there. It's more so like, I'm gonna tell you, if you're going there to be an owner operator, or at least owner operator, you're gonna feel somewhat like a company driver, in my opinion. But I didn't have nothing really bad to say from the beginning. Like, recruiter wise, I told y'all in the past, the only problem I had was they wanted to bust us out, and that's not really their fault. You know what I'm saying? I understand that they have a lot of drivers that come through Prime Inc. Would you say?
Yeah, I would. I had an issue with but I understand that it's their thing. It wasn't too bad, but their stay, like the hotel.
Oh yeah, the hotel was kind of
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been better, but it's just from being spoiled from other companies that we've been to, like Milton. When I went to Milton, if y'all don't know, it's a flatbed company out of Tulsa. Is it Tulsa? Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma. But it's really Catoosa, something like that, Oklahoma. So they kind of spoiled me when they first, because they flew me out. I got a bad, like, but I got really sick, and you know, they took care of me and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. But they would fly me out, and it was just they would fly me to my trainer and everything like that. So like, they really like took care of me there. And when I was there, they put me in a nice hotel in Tulsa and stuff like that. So they really spoiled me with Milton. I don't know if they still do that now. So if y'all thinking about, I'm finna go there because they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's still a great company, but back to the topic of Prime. I was just setting it up, you guys. Went to Crete. When I went to Crete, they got us a rental car. We drove out to Knoxville to, you know, go to orientation and stuff. So they really spoiled me when I was there. And so that made me feel like Prime is bigger than them, so they should spoil you too. But no, because they have a big risk, you guys. They bring in so many drivers, and if they keep booking a lot of planes and buses, planes and rental cars and stuff, that can really add up. Yes, it's a write-off, but I get why they just wanted to bust us out.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. It does get real after you get through orientation and that lease agreement is sent over to you. That's when you really start to lock in. Now, this is all gonna add up to if it ruins your trucking career. Now, that lease agreement, especially if you're a novice, like how we were at the time, and we didn't have no lawyer or anything like that, how did that make you feel? Like, knowing that you have something so big in front of you, it's kind of, I mean, like a home agreement or something like that, and you can get out of this lease, but how does that feel? You know what I'm saying? Does that scare you? Does that make you feel?
I feel like when we got that lease, it was very
overwhelming.
Yeah, it was overwhelming because it was so many papers, and it's like in the back of my head, at least, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it can't be that bad. Like it can't be like, they wouldn't screw us, basically, right? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, they wouldn't screw us over. Like, they have a whole bunch of people who do the same exact thing. So why would I think they would screw me over and not them?
Now, me and you sat down. I don't know if you can remember. It was like 2 years ago, but me and you sat down and we read that lease agreement. Do you feel like that lease agreement was beyond us, our comprehension? We should have had a lawyer look over it, knowing what we will reveal towards the end of the video, the things that happened to us, knowing what happened to us when we left, you know, the things that they took and stuff like that. Do you feel like we should have had a lawyer, and do you think they should have a lawyer look over it with them?
That's a tough question. I would say yes, but at the same time, like, if you really think about it, when you really want to do something, you really look at your risk and reward. And I feel like I saw more reward than it was the risk. So it's like, whether we had a lawyer and they explained to us what it was in that lease agreement, we would have still went like, yeah, let's do it. Let's still do it. So does it really matter though? Like, that's what I'm thinking. So I guess. So
I would say, like, I feel like if y'all are planning to go to Prime and stuff like that, I would say send it to a lawyer. Once they send it to you, and be like, hey, you know, if you have a lawyer, if you got the money or the funds or whatever the case may be, At the time, we did not. I would have sent it to a lawyer just to get it, they're going to do this, this, and that. Because it was things when I looked at when I left Prime, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I didn't know that it said that in the contract, you know what I'm saying? And I read it, but I didn't comprehend legal talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people be like, oh, you should have read the contract. I read it, but I didn't understand legal talk. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say Prime is ruining your trucking career, I mean, that's a far stretch, you guys. But what were you just saying?
Oh, I was saying that Prime isn't for people who actually want to own a business.
Well, you don't think.
I don't think.
Okay, you
this
don't
is
think.
just my
Okay.
personal opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like now that we branched off into our own business, this is what it feels like to actually own your own business in a way. I feel like when we was with Prime with the lease agreement, you know for a fact that truck isn't yours. So yes, technically you do have your own LLC, you do, pay for your fuel and stuff like that. It just doesn't feel the same. Okay, we have the option to book our own loads. With Prime, we didn't. We have the option to do whatever we want to our truck, fix our truck. We don't have nobody else fixing it for us. So
What do
it's
you mean
just,
by that? Like, fixing our truck, we don't have nobody else fix it for us. Oh, you're saying like, because like certain things they would help out with.
yeah. So like, if something was to happen when we was at Prime with the truck, you have to send it to the shop. They don't want you to just work on it. You know what I mean?
So, I would say that Prime is more so of a like, hey, you want to start your own business? Let me hold your hand. And you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's like the big brother. I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna get through this, together. You gonna help me and I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type of thing, type of ordeal. It's not like the situation that we're in.
Yeah, I just don't feel like for us personally, with the mindset that we had, we know for a fact that we wasn't going to be with Prime long term. Like, it was already installed in our head. Like, as soon as we got into Prime, it was like, okay, this is just going to be a stepping stone for us. We're not planning on staying. Now, I know that there are other people that do stay, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But for our mindset, for running our home business and wanting to do more and be more flexible, go home whenever we want, we don't have to notify anybody. That's just how we wanted to run our business. And with Prime, that's not how it went. Yes, you get to go home whenever you want, but the thing is with Prime is that you still have that weekly payment, and not only that, but they will start yapping once you take too long off. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, it's the big question, is Prime ruining people's trucking career? I would say, from my personal experience, no. It did not ruin my trucking career. And for people to really be out there saying that, it's kind of a weird thing. Like, why would you say that, bro? Like, you make your own destiny in life. You make your own decisions in life. So for you to say, oh, Prime messed me up, or when I went there, how can Prime ruin your trucking career when you can make your own decision, you set your own destiny? What do you think about that?
I actually feel complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that it can ruin, but I can see it makes it more harder to start. Yes, that's your trucking career, but this is your trucking career too. Like, there's two different type of trucking careers, right? With Prime and with your own. And I will say that yes, it does make it difficult based on the decisions that you make with Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just put it that way. Now, Prime, I feel like I'm not trying to speak bad on it, but this is just my perspective on it and how it affected me when we, did Prime for a whole year. It just felt like a legalized scam because I look back on it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to say it because this is just how I truly felt, even though I'm not the one. I'm like behind the scenes, right? Kenny does all the driving, but I still, look at the background when it comes to money, when it comes to loads and stuff like that. So now that I'm looking back on Prime, yes, I do feel like it's a legalized scam, and here's why. I say that it's because the amount of money that they've taken out of our account, especially when we left Prime, it just felt like a stab in the back for me to work for you for over a year and you to take money out of nowhere. And I feel like it's unnecessary money, right? Like, it's like they have their own shop. Keep in mind, they have their own shop to fix tires, to fix reefer units. And so for you to charge me for things when you get discounted because you pay your own people to fix these things, and you turn around, you charge me full-blown prices for them. You know what I mean? Like, it just, to me, it doesn't make sense. They just took money that we saved and then some. when we left.
Well, dang, you were pressed about that, huh?
Yeah, 'cause they not
So-
only took all of our reserve,
Yeah.
but we owed them.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of messed up.
But would you say that that's ruining people's trucking career? Like,
It only-
it's not. I don't feel like it's ruining it. I just feel like it makes it a little bit more challenging, because I don't mean to cut you off, but because when you first go to Prime, bro, and I messed up, y'all. So take my advice with this. You first go to Prime, do not have them set up your LLC. I say this all the time in the other videos too. Do not let them set up your LLC. If you let them set up unless you stay in Missouri, don't let them set up your LLC, because your LLC will now be based out of Missouri. Mm-hmm. I live in Georgia, and I wanted to get it transferred over to Georgia, but they said I had to get a lawyer and go through all these hoops, and eventually I will, but you have to go through all these hoops and stuff to get it based out of Georgia. Now you can set it as I think a foreign LLC or something like that, and you can go that route, but I haven't had the chance to do that yet. But anyways, yeah, so
Does it ruin it?
does it ruin it though?
It ruins it if you let it ruin it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel
But
like
that's what I was saying earlier.
everything is a choice. Okay, it makes it harder, yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, yes, it adds on to the ruin in a way, because it's like, dang, you made it 10 times harder for me. I owe you money.
Yeah.
And not only that, I got a truck payment. I just started, it makes it harder. How can I put it? It doesn't ruin it for you unless you let it ruin you. Like, do you get what I'm saying about that? Like,
So
you can't be defeated.
So you changed your opinion on what you said earlier. You were just speaking based off, like, in the moment, I guess?
I was speaking based off, like, how I felt generally about Prime. Like, if I'm speaking down on the mindset of, like, yeah, I'm gonna let this is terrible, because it was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say everything was terrible, guys. I'm not saying everything was terrible. It's just the way we left, it kind of hit us. And yes, some of it had a little to do with us, but it was still kind of messed up. But no, like, I wouldn't say ruin you. You only it only ruins you if you let it ruin you.
And y'all, we had like a lot of money in our maintenance fund, and they took every single last drop, and plus we owed even more. And like I told y'all before, all the tires was up to spec. They charged me for new tires.
Brand new truck, y'all.
Yeah.
Brand new truck.
It only had like 100,000 miles on it, and we got it at 400,000. No, it had less than 100,000. It probably had like, I don't know how much it had. It didn't have a lot on it though. But the tires were good. Everything was good in my opinion.
Inside was clean.
Yeah, and then they say, well, you should get a mechanic your personal mechanic to look at it and stuff like that. But still, your rule supersedes my personal mechanic. So I just paid my personal mechanic to come out and say, yeah, these tires are good. But if you say no, these tires are bad, then we have to listen to you. Anyways, so I'm gonna say it is a dictatorship when you go there. They will tell you how it's gonna be. It's gonna be my way or the highway. You're not gonna have the freedom that you think. So everybody said, "Oh, Prime is great." It is a great company. It is a great company, depending on how you see life, depending on how it works in your life. You know what I'm saying? In our life, it didn't work like that because I ultimately wanted to own my own business. I ultimately I did own my own business, but I want to make my own decisions in my business. And so, does it ruin your trucking career? I'm gonna say no. You say no?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
It does not ruin your trucking career. Prime does not ruin your trucking career. It just makes it a little more difficult when you leave there.
Yeah.
It's like a partnership. It's like, hey, I'm gonna scratch your back, you scratch mine. Wow, so you ain't gonna scratch my back no more? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Give me all the money in your savings.
Right.
Give me, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna find every little thing about this truck that needs some work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let y'all know they gonna hit you over the head. I've seen a lot of some more comments saying that Prime, they took this one guy said that Prime, dang, I'm gonna find the comment, y'all, if I remember. They said that Prime, he said he had his what was that I'm blanking out, y'all. What was that fund? It wasn't the tire fund. I think it was the tire fund or something. It was the tire fund or either some type of maintenance. It was the maintenance fund. He said he had a whole bunch of money in his maintenance fund.
That was like a reserve.
Yeah, something like that.
Like when you leave?
No, but it was his money that cause you can set up your own funds with them.
Oh, okay.
Another thing, y'all can set up your tire fund and stuff like that. Well, I think the tire fund is automatically set, but your maintenance fund, you can dictate how much you want to come out of your check to go in there. So he said before he left, he tried to ask for his maintenance fund or something like that. And he said he called up there to the maintenance or something, to payroll or something. And he was like, hey, let me get my maintenance fund before he left. And he said, the lady was like, why you need your maintenance fund? He said, because it's my money. If you go look at one of our comments, I think it was on the Prime video, the first Prime video we made.
Yeah.
He was like, because it's my money. And so that's the situation I'm talking about, y'all. It's a sketchy, you got to know what you got. And we're just making this to inform y'all.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like you own your own business, but you don't own your own business at the same time. It's more like a partnership when you're at Prime, and that's technically what it is. So they have say-sos in different areas where you feel like, this is my company. You're telling me this is my company. I should be able to do what I want, but you're slick telling me what to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It's like a shell company. You got Prime, and then you got all these LLCs up under Prime. So, but yeah, y'all, if you decide to go to Prime, it's going to be more of a dictatorship than you owning your own business, you guys. You just going to have to, but they will help you out, you guys. And there's a lot of sweet people there, a lot of nice people. I didn't run into no bad people. The only person that really gave me a hard time was my dispatcher. And, like, all the dispatchers going to be the same, you guys, because they get paid about how much you run. You know what I'm saying? I think they get commission off how much you do, how many miles you do and stuff, and the loads you take and stuff like that, you guys. So, but yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe. We will see y'all in the next one.